Hello, everybody. Welcome to American Truck Simulator. We're going to be starting in just a moment here. We're going to hit the highways and haul some cargo, make some money. It's going to be a good time. Be with you in just a couple of minutes. All right, you guys ready to get this party started? I sure am. All right, hello, welcome everyone to American Truck Simulator. Um, we are currently just outside of Miles City, so we need to find a job in Miles City here. Let's see, we got this one to Grand Junction, Colorado. I feel like that might be a fun one to start with. Some used cars, $49,000. Price per distance, it's the most price per distance. Or we can drive all the way out to Texas. That might be fun. You know what, let's do this one. We're going to go all the way to Texas. Let's do this one. Alright, so the first thing we got to do, we got to go pick up our cargo. We got 589 miles on the tank. I just rested, so we're good on rest. We got a train up ahead we got to wait for. Never mind, train's clear. Not getting off here. We're going at the next stoplight. There's that beautiful purple truck. Just waiting on the green light. Any minute now. These lights take forever. There we go. Alright, and away we go. Until the next light. There's our pickup location just up ahead here. There we go. Make sure there's no traffic. There we go, Plaster and Sons. Alright, where's our job at? Right here. Yep, Miles City to Lubbock, Texas. This is going to be a long one. It's going to be fun, though. Where's the trailer? There's the trailer. There we go. We got the clamshell buckets. Now it's time to hit the road. Coming. Nope. Yep. There's a truck right there. All right, and we're off. On our way to Texas. So we got 1,138 miles, 19 hours, 48 minutes. We are going to have to stop for rest and food on the way over there. So we'll want to make sure we do that. Kind of find a halfway point. We'll get down the road and take a look at the fuel situation, but hopefully we can get the fuel and the rest in one go, and we should be able to get pretty much halfway at least. Well, close to halfway anyway. All right, there's the green light. Officer, what are you doing, officer? Sir, please. I have a green light. I have the right of way. You must yield for me. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to speed. I don't want to get ticketed. But there we go. We gotta go around some roundabouts here. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was kind of fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, now we can hit the road. I mean, we've been on the road, but now we can hit them open highways. Start making progress towards our destination. And we can pick up the speed a little bit here, up to 65. There we go. All right, we're up to speed. We got the cruise control on. Let's just enjoy the scenery here as we make our way 1,000 miles and a little more. All the way from Montana to Texas, from north to south. Why did why did my cruise control not engage? I hit the button. I think I just turned it off. All right, we're gonna accelerate some more and go ahead and get up to speed here. Everyone knows when you're making a delivery, speed is the most important thing. That and making sure you get the delivery there in one piece. Yeah, someone tending to the horses over there on the side. Exciting. Beautiful sunny day here in Montana. Oh, sorry, I have my brights on. It's flashing the bright lights at me. I don't really need the bright lights on right now because we're driving in the clear day, but I always forget to turn those off. Thank you, fellow travelers of the road, for letting me know the errors of my ways. This is a nice road. I like this road. It's a very peaceful road. Look, you got just fields on both sides. Twisty turns here. Ooh, we got a stop sign coming up. What's going on up here? Well, there's nobody coming, so let's continue on our way. We're going through another little small town here. Where we at? Brodus. Welcome to Brodus, everybody. Just cruising through Brodus. I'm sure I mispronounced that town name, so if you are from Brodus, I apologize. That is not how your town name is pronounced. Gillette Belfourchy. Stop sign here. Just hanging out. We got a little hotel over there. Oh, look at that old pickup. It's kind of cool looking truck. Alright, and we're going to get up to speed, and it's probably going to tell me to stop at the way station. Yep, there it is. Like clockwork. Always got to stop at the way stations. have come to weigh my truck. Vehicle's not in perfect technical state. Be more careful next time. Okay. Thank you for the warning there. I see we do have a little bit of wear on the truck, but I think that's mostly just general wear and tear. Probably wouldn't hurt to stop at a maintenance center next time I get a chance. Alright, we're clear. Let's keep on going. A little bit more ways to go, and then looks like we got another turn coming up here to stay on the 59. "20 miles to the state line." We should be entering Colorado. Oop, can't go too fast. There we go, nice 65. Got all these interesting rocks over there. Excuse me. We got cows over there, rocks over here. A lot of interesting stuff. Or maybe it's not that interesting. I don't know. Who am I to judge what is interesting and what is not interesting? I mean, I find that kind of interesting. Hope you guys find that interesting too. We got just like a random skyscraper over here. Looks like it's part of a railway plant though. Some kind of grain tower or something. Big factory for the railway. It's kind of neat. Or maybe it's a mine. Betcha that's a mine. Or something. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's interesting. There's a couple more of them up ahead here. All kinds of pretty sunflowers here. Uh-oh. Road construction. Good thing I've still got a green light. That worked out perfectly. Did not work out perfectly. I was getting stuck behind this blue Mustang and a dump truck. That's okay. Why do they brake like that? It's just... They brake, almost stop, and then accelerate to where they can brake again. Okay, blue Mustang's heading to the left here. Dump truck is going to the right. Goodbye, dump truck. And we're all clear. Here we go. 27 miles to Gillette, 105 to Moorcroft. All right. But we're on our way to Texas. We still got a long way to go. Pick up a little speed here. And we gotta slow down a little bit, down to 55. Hey, Philip, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, tuning in. Just hitting the open highways here. You're having a great day. We got a big slowdown up ahead here. We're all kinds of congested right now. Gillette discovered. Nope, and the light turns red. Let me just check the map real quick, see where we're at. Okay, so we're in Wyoming right now. That's right. We're going through Wyoming and then Colorado, through a little bit of New Mexico and into Texas. So that is where we're headed. Got my state geography wrong. I thought we were going right into Colorado, but we got to go through Wyoming first. So a little bit of a mix up there. Keep on trucking, busy with marketplace listings. All right, well, I hope you're having a good time. It's always good to stay busy. And yeah, we're just going to keep on trucking here. We got 943 miles to go. I got 217 left on the tank, so probably gonna have to stop and get some fuel here before we get to the Colorado state line. We got a little ways to go yet. We don't have to like emergency stop for fuel right now, but hopefully if we can get into that, I don't know, so I'd like to stop where I can get fuel and rest. And when I rest, that gives me about 12 to 13 hours, roughly, of energy. So if I can get down to that 12-hour mark and then get gas and rest, hopefully it works out that way. If not, so be it. But we do have 200 miles on the tank yet, so maybe that'll get us pretty close to where I'm trying to go. We're about to get on the interstate, though, so that should speed things up quite a bit. I'm going through this light. You can't... Nope, I'm going through the light. You can't tell me not to. Alright. We're going to turn over here and take the ramp. There we go. Wish I could stop by the Donut Planet. That sounds delicious, actually. You guys want to go get some Donut Planet? Get some donuts while we're hanging out on the long road. Alright, we're clear. We can move over. We can merge. And now we're on I-90. It looks like we're getting off 90 as quick as we got to it, so we're not staying on 90 very long, that's for sure. All right, we do have a fuel and rest right here, a little truck stop. This is kind of not exactly where I wanted to stop. Let me stop right here. Let me check out the map real quick. Just to see if there's another fuel rest area a little bit further down. There is one right there. Actually, there's one right down here at the end of this road. That's where we're going to stop, right here outside Casper. So we're going to keep going until we get to Casper. So it's important to make sure you have a game plan. I have no idea how many miles that is, but it should be less than 200, I would think. Hold on, let me... Checkpoint distance. Yeah, 84 miles. Okay, we're good. Just needed to check that distance. And I didn't want to just like be like, oh yeah, I could make it there, and then I'm running out of gas pulling into the gas station. We don't want to do that. No. So we got a game plan. We got a delivery. All we gotta do now is wait for this light to turn green, and then we can go. Left turn lane got a green light. Not us, though. Not yet. There we go. Now we got a green light. And we're coming up on another red light, which is less fun. Oh, it's green. We're good. And back up to 70 we go. This road will take us all the way to Casper. Once we get to Casper, we can refuel, take a nap, do what we got to do to keep on trucking on to our destination. Why would you do that? Why would you get into the turn lane just to merge back onto the main road? Why would you do that? The same questions I have to ask every day of real traffic, I have to ask about the game traffic. So I will say they've done a pretty darn good job with the traffic AI. I see the AI in the game doing just as many questionable things as I see people doing on the railroad. It's perfection. So art imitates life, or life imitates art? Oh, whatever the saying is. You're running out of fuel. I'm not running out of fuel yet. I still have 157 miles to go. I have enough fuel to get to my destination. Stop telling me what to do. I have already planned this route out, my friend. Got a game plan together. We're good. We're chilling. We're hauling. We're hauling some cargo buckets. Oh, we got some horses over there. And we got some oil things over there as well. Little oil drills. Oh. Slam on the brakes much? I don't know why we stopped there. I guess to be fair, the speed limit did drop to 50, so that's probably why. But all right, we're slowing down a little bit here. Oh, this is our junction here. We wanted to stop and go get that fuel. So that is what we are gonna do. There we go. Perfect launch. Let's go. Do need to squeeze on over to this gas station. All right, let's go ahead and refuel. Rest area should be on the other side of this building. So we're actually going to back up a little bit, get back onto the road. Yeah, because we're looking for this little dirt lot here. Go, we'll rest up. And away we go. Can I discover this? Traffic. No, we're good. Alright, we're going to continue on our way. This is going to be a very difficult turn if this truck stays there. Yeah, I got the light before the truck. Alright. Alright, we did it. We made the corner. Alright, we got enough fuel to make it. Rest is the question right now. We've got barely enough rest. We're probably going to need to stop and get some rest. Just before we get to the delivery location. But that's okay. We should be able to get most of the way there on our current rest level. Coming, all right. Oops, someone's in trouble here. Someone needed a tow. The problem is they didn't bring anchors and jack screws with them. That's why they're stuck on the side of the road right there. They always bring those anchors and jack screws. You never know when you might need them. Alright, we can speed limit 80 here. So we're just going to cruise. That car's still there. Not going to be next to me very long. They're going to get pinned behind this slow truck here. There we go. That was fun. A little sketchy. These trucks are very unstable when you get up to 80 miles an hour, that's for sure. It's fun, though. Very fun. Alright, this is great. We're just zooming right now. Oh man, we gotta slow down a little bit. It's down to 75 now. That's alright though. That is still plenty fast enough for me. What's not cool is dropping it down again to 65. But it makes sense. This is a pretty busy intersection here that we're going through. As soon as we get through this, it's probably going to crank the speed up. Or maybe it's not. Sydney. Laramie, Fort Collins, Sydney. Just kind of following this box truck now. See you, friend? Alright, we're just cruising down the interstate right now. Just having a good old time here. Won't be too much longer and I'll be fixing the roads instead of driving on them. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, if you haven't saw the news yesterday, Roadcraft has officially announced a release date of May 20th for Roadcraft. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on the game and figuring out what kind of content I want to make for Roadcraft. Right now I'm thinking it's probably going to be a stream series, but that can change once I get my hands on the game. So we'll see what happens. That's for sure. Right now we're kind of counting down the days till Season 2 of Expeditions. That's going to be right around the corner. And welcome to Colorado, everybody. A lot of cool things on the horizon here. Yeah, Roadcraft is going to be awesome. If you get a chance, they did release a gameplay trailer yesterday with the release date announcement. So it's a pretty cool trailer. It's worth checking out. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool different machines that we'll be able to play with. So Roadcraft, very exciting launch. I'm very excited for Roadcraft. I've been looking forward to Roadcraft since the day it was launched. I was like, you know, this is a slam dunk concept right here. I'm super looking forward to it. But yeah, it's worth checking out. It's a cool trailer. And we got to stop in for a way station again. I tell you though, Season 2 of Expeditions is going to get real exciting. You know, I'm busy making those guides. Those are going to be starting to come out soon, by the way. I know I haven't uploaded a guide in a while, but I've been doing a bit of behind the scenes. I kind of talked about it on my community post where I've been trying to kind of put together a roster of my truck configurations so that when I start putting the videos together, I can get you guys the specific breakdown of what I'm using on my trucks, other than just, hey, I'm using the Scout 800 for this expedition, right? I wanted to get more information. That was some of the feedback that has been left in the comments recently, and it's something that I have been thinking about for a while, and I got the feedback, and I'm like, you know what? I got to find a way to do that. So what is going to happen is new guides that I publish, I'm not going to go back and put that information on the other guides, because I've been used tons of different configurations for the different trucks for those, but at least for ones that I'm putting together moving forward, right down in the video description you'll see a full breakdown of engines, gearbox, transmissions, everything like that, down in the video for the guide, and I think that's going to be very helpful information. I hope it is anyway. So you just finished the new Indiana Jones game. It was good, not very hardcore. Yeah, that game was so good. I haven't finished it yet. I started it, haven't finished it yet, but that was an awesome game. It's so much fun. I gotta finish it one of these days, but yeah, Indiana Jones game, so good. Also been playing Stalker 2 a lot, and the new Sniper Elite comes out in a day or two. You know, I've not had a chance to play the Stalker 2 yet. It's kind of on my very long list of things that I want to play at some point. Same with the Sniper Elite games. Just haven't had a chance to play those. I've been busy. I started a new playthrough of Skyrim recently. I know, Skyrim. But I've been having a ton of fun. I haven't sat down and played Skyrim in probably 7 years, or something like that. So, been having a lot of fun doing that, playing some Skyrim in my free time. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's that, and then just doing some planning. I've been doing the Construction Simulator series, which has been a lot of fun to put together. And yeah, getting things ready. I want to finish the expedition guides. I want to have those all done by the time Season 2 launches. So that is the plan, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to make that happen. I need to stay in this lane behind this truck. I've got a little bit of work to do, and then it'll be time to jump in and start recording those guides and getting them up for you guys. I am going to be finishing up Dormant Volcano first, and then we're going to move on to Sonoran Desert, and then Arizona and Carpathians will be fully done. Guides for everything for the starting maps. So very excited about that. That has been a lot of work. There are over 100 missions on each Arizona and the Carpathians. That has been the bulk of the work. I'm trying to get guides for those, and you know, some of those you probably don't need a guide for, but I wanted to make sure I got a guide for everything when I started the project, because you never know, right? You know, some of those like small little ones that I've put a guide for, it feels silly doing a guide for it, because it's like, oh, just pick this thing up here and take it there. But you never know. There might be someone that is like, how do I do this, right? So I didn't want to like skip anything, right? You know, I prioritized at first doing all of the expeditions, contracts, tasks that provided upgrades. So I made sure everything that gives you an upgrade was done first, and then I've been going back through and doing all the other ones that are just for things to do and money. So that's been kind of my process with tackling expeditions. So been a lot of fun. The finish line is in sight. I need to get there. I need to put in and get there. It's just about ready to put in that final push and get to the finish line of expeditions. It's going to be great, because I'm effectively playing the game twice. Like, I have 2 save files at Expeditions right now that are like 95% done. So it's like it's right there. It's almost done. So, put a lot of hours into Skyrim when it came out, myself included. Yes, I have played a bunch of Skyrim when it came out. Like I said, it's been about 7 years, and I don't know. I got a notification that the anniversary edition was on sale for like $12, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't played Skyrim in a bit. Let's play some Skyrim, and I've been so happy I did that. I've been having so much fun. Been on a break from driving stuff for a bit. Work on RC cars all day, so I kind of get sick. I can imagine you would, yeah. If you got to spend all day working on cars, then you probably don't want to come home and play with cars too. So I definitely understand that sentiment for sure. See, I work in technology, so I do like a lot of IT support. So I spend my day like fixing computers. So when I get home, like I'm gonna just relax, play video games, do whatever, make videos and stuff. But I tell you, there's nothing more aggravating than when I have computer issues on my home computer. Because then I'm like, spend all day fixing computer issues, and then I gotta come home and fix a computer. Like, that is the most aggravating thing. It doesn't happen very often. And it did happen fairly recently. So, I know I mentioned this a little bit on my community post, but I'll kind of talk to you in a little bit more detail here. So I do a lot of iRacing, sim racing, and one thing I like to run is iRacing does about 20 or so special events throughout the year, and these are big races with specific time slots. Well, I was trying to stream the first one of the year, which is the Roar in Daytona, which is kind of like the race that leads up to the 24 hours of Daytona, right? And I like to sit there and stream all these endurance races. I like to have them going so that people can check in, see how the team's doing, and that sort of thing throughout the race. And I was just having so many issues with the game settings because the processor kept maxing out and causing all kinds of stuttering issues with the physics rendering of the simulator. And so I was digging around with that. I didn't get it fixed in time for that race. You can go to the channel on the live page and you can see there's like a 30-minute stream of me trying to get it working, and it just was not behaving. And then unfortunately I did not have it fixed in time for the actual 24 hours of Daytona, which me and my guys, we went on to win that race, which was fantastic. But I wish I could have had that footage here on YouTube for you guys. You could, tune in and see how we're doing and celebrate with us. But I think I have finally found the solution to that. It was like a 2-week project to get that fixed. I think it's fixed. I think I found the solution. So I'm going to try it again. We got another special event in the sim world this weekend. So I'm going to try to stream that and see if that goes any better. And if that works, we got another one in a couple weeks, and then we got one at the end of February. So a couple of those big special events coming up, simulators. So looking forward to getting those going. So best of luck. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's all ready to go. So if the stream's working and the simulator is working with the stream running, then we're golden. Then I can just hit the track and focus on my driving. So we'll see what happens this weekend. That's for sure. I don't know. I do a lot of driving, right? Like I play Expeditions, I play Construction Simulator, I play an American Truck Simulator, I like do a lot of iRacing. I love driving games. There's something freeing about driving games and building games and things like that I really enjoy. So I'm always happy that I can kind of share that with everybody here through streams and videos and all that. It's just kind of awesome. Alright, we are 435 miles away from our destination now. On our way to Texas. It's been a long job. It's fun though. Just cruising and talking. That's what I like about the doing these American Truck Simulator streams, because it's a chance to just kind of sit here and talk with everybody. You know, we're not really too hyper focused on the gameplay itself, and my loans payment just went through, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, you got to pay those loans. I was gonna move over. I got a truck coming, but these are great because I can just sit here and drive and relax and talk to you guys and give you the going-ons and updates and events and all that other fun stuff. So it's a very good game for that. So I like taking a break from the shooting games too. Put a lot of time into Farming Sim. It's very relaxing. Yeah, Farm Sim is so good for that. It has been very hard, but I have resisted buying the new Farm Sim because I know if I buy the new Farm Sim, it is just going to consume my life because I just love Farm Sim so much. Like, it's so relaxing. Like, it is crazy how relaxing Farming Simulator is. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it does, and it's awesome. Like, when I got I played Farm Sim 17, hundreds of hours in that, just chilling on my farm, harvesting my crops. I did the same thing with 22, chilling on the farm, harvesting my crops. And it was Farm Sim 20, I think, was the other one I played. Or was it 19? I think it was 19. 19, 20, I can't remember which one it was. But, yeah, so far, I have done a good job of resisting the temptation of Farming Sim 25. I don't know how much longer I will be able to resist that. Probably the moment it goes on a decent sale. It's going right into my Steam library. That's a fact. That is a fact. Alright, we're going to stop here. Another way station. Okay, buddy. Move it, would you? Alright, let's go. That guy took way too long for his inspection. All you gotta do is go up here and push a button. It's real easy. Alright, here we go. Where are we at right now, anyway? Okay, we're crossing into New Mexico right now. So we're about to turn over here and head on into Texas. Oh yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Because, I mean, all the Farming Simulator games have gone on Game Pass at some point. So, I mean, it's not like a question of if, it's a question of when. I actually have had the same philosophy with Star Wars Outlaws. I love me some Star Wars games, and you know, I know a lot of people are like kind of negative about Star Wars Outlaws, but I was looking at it and I'm like, this looks so fun. But I don't think I would play it enough to justify the $60 price tag for it. But I have noticed all of the Star Wars games do come to Game Pass. Survivor, Fallen Order, Squadrons, all those games show up on Game Pass probably about a year after launch. So I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm anticipating Star Wars Outlaws is going to show up on Game Pass next year. And then I'll take it for a spin. See how it is. Because I don't know if it's, like, it's a type of game that I know I'm going to, like, play and have fun with. But I just don't know if it's the type of game that I'm going to, like, play enough to get a $60 experience out of. And I want to make sure I'm doing that. So I can totally relate to the I'll wait till it shows up on Game Pass strategy with new games. So Because there's some games where it's like, I don't necessarily know if it'll be coming to Game Pass, but there's a strong possibility. And then there's other games where you're like, this is for sure coming on Game Pass at some point. Like, you know, when Expeditions launched, right? And I started making my guides, I knew for a fact that it was going to show up on Game Pass at some point. I did not expect it to show up on Game Pass as quick as it did. Expeditions showed up on Game Pass a lot sooner than I thought it would. Which is great, because it got a lot of people hands-on to experience how great that game is. But I was honestly expecting it to take a year for Expeditions to come on Game Pass, and it took it was 6 months, and it went to Game Pass, which is kind of awesome. Let's see. Played the last Star Wars one up until the literal jumping through hoops and off walls got annoying. Yeah, I can see that. Like that type of thing can get annoying, and that's a Ubisoft thing with the jumping through hoops and stuff. Or are you talking about Jedi Survivor? That one has a lot of platforming, and it is very difficult and very frustrating at some points. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Outlaws at some point, though. Alright, we got 300 miles to go. Yeah, I actually really like that, right? Like, day one releases on Game Pass are so exciting, because it's like, oh, I get to just try this game out, right? Like, I think one of the favorite ones I took advantage of a day one release, Starfield. Okay, I'm a big fan of Bethesda games, right? Like I like Fallout, I like Skyrim, like they're fun games, and I saw Starfield, and I was like, oh man, Starfield, this is gonna be so fun. It was in fact not fun, but that's okay because I got a chance to play it on release on Game Pass, realized this wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and just moved on. Maybe I'll give it a try again in the future. I think they've done some fixes to it, but. You know, I definitely took advantage of the day one release. Indiana Jones, another one. I started playing on day one. I'm like, yo, Indiana Jones. I love the movies. Let's play an Indiana Jones game. Let's be Indiana Jones. It was so fun. And I'll have to keep an eye on the Sniper Elite when that comes out. Might have to give that a go. Am I in the wrong lane? Like, that's police. No, just everyone's clogged up on this lane right now, that's all. Just going through this little town here. Oh yeah, Star Wars Survivor. Super annoying platforming. It was just lazy creation. I agree. Yes and no. I don't think it was as mind-blowing as Fallen Order was. Like, Fallen Order, when Fallen Order came out, that was such a good game. Like, I had so much fun with Fallen Order, the platforming and all that. And then Survivor comes out, and they kind of just, like, cranked everything to 11. And there's a lot of spots that are just like, this is not fun. There's a lot of spots that were really fun. You know, I would give Fallen Order like a 9, and Jedi Survivor like a 7. Like, it was still like a decent game, but it definitely had some spots that were just like frustrating because they felt like they had to ramp up the difficulty, and I didn't really feel like, you know, the new platforming mechanics really innovated things as much as I thought they would. But yeah, how hard can we make to get across this gap? Exactly. And I'm gonna do just mild spoilers here for Jedi Survivor. But there's a certain point in the game where like the story is starting to ramp up, and I'm not gonna like hard spoil anything here in case anybody wants to know it. So just a little warning here. But there's a point where the story starts to ramp up. Things are getting exciting. They're getting really interesting, and you're like, what's going on? And then they make you play another character for a really hard boss fight, and it was just that point. Cool fight, cool situation. I did not like being shoved into a brand new character in the middle of the game for just a small section of the game. So that was, you know, probably the most frustrating part of the game for me, was just getting shoved into a new character, so I don't have like all of my abilities or anything like that. It was just really, really frustrating. Cinematically, it was cool, but from a gameplay perspective, not that good. Hate button pressing sequences. That's so 90s. Yeah, no, I hear ya. Yeah, because you had to like, there were so many gaps where you had to like wall run and then jump and then dash and then grapple hook and then swing and then wall run again and then dash through the gate to regenerate your dash, and then you just keep doing that over and over again. Especially when you got into some of those force tears. Oh my god, the force tears in Jedi Survivor, crazy difficult compared to Fallen Order. There was one I spent like a solid hour and a half on, where you were just like ziplining, like back and forth, dodging lasers and through the gates, and you didn't do it quick enough, you just fell off into the void. And I was like, what is this right now? This is not fun. But you know, me having gamer brain, I was not about to let a challenge like that defeat me, so I spent like an hour and a half on it until I beat it. And I'll be honest, it was not very satisfying when I did finish it. It was not satisfying at all for the challenge. They could have done a little bit better with some of those force tears, but yeah, I think I got like a skill point or something silly from it, where I'm like, okay, well, you know what, at least I did it. But in hindsight, I would have. It probably would have been a better use of my time to just move on at that point. But yeah, Jedi Survivor definitely cranked up the difficulty. There was a lot of really fun boss fights, though. The boss fights were really fun. Some of the areas to explore were really cool. Some of them were not very cool to explore. But I hope... I know for a fact they're working on a third Jedi game. I hope they learned some of the differences between what worked for Fallen Order and what didn't work for Survivor, and make it fun. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to beat my head against the wall, but yeah, exactly. Challenge is good. Too much challenge is very bad. Like, and that's such a fine, delicate line, right? Because like, if it's not challenging enough, then you're just gonna blaze through it and be like, oh, okay, well, this is, you know, not challenging at all. But you also don't want it to be absurdly difficult, right? Like, I actually, you know, because I play the Jedi games on Jedi Master. I don't play on Grandmaster. I just play on Jedi Master. So it's like a hard combat difficulty, right? And I was just kind of cruising through the game, had a few spots, and then I got to this like side boss, right? It wasn't even like a main boss. Like my quest was telling me leave this area and go home. But off to the side was a boss with treasure that I could go fight. And you know what I spent? Like, it actually got to the point I stopped playing the game because I could not beat this side boss and put the game down for 8 months and then came back to it and started a new playthrough just to relearn the mechanics of the game to go beat that boss again. And it was a side boss. It was just an extra boss off the beaten path to the side that had a treasure chest. And I could not beat it. And I could not move on with my main quest until I beat this side boss. I did beat the side boss. I did beat the game eventually. But it did take a completely fresh playthrough to get to it. That fight actually was rewarding when I beat it at last. That was a very rewarding fight. I think it gave me like a an extra stim pack or something, which was like really cool. But yeah, that was a very rewarding boss fight. But I hated the fact that it walled me so bad that I had to quit the game for 8 months and then start over again just to beat that boss. That was not fun. That was not fun. But it did feel good when I made it back to that boss and just crushed it. That was fun. Let's see, I've enjoyed most of the Assassin's Creed games, but the new one is a hard pass. Ubisoft has lost their way. Yeah, Ubisoft used to make really fun games. Now they kind of have this like formula, which is honestly, we were talking earlier about Star Wars Outlaws, right? That's why I want to just wait for Star Wars Outlaws to get on Game Pass. Because, like, it looks fun, but it also does have that Ubisoft problem, right? It is a Ubisoft game. I want to wait until I get hands on it without having to pay $60 for it to find out I don't like this game, right? So that's why I'm waiting on Outlaws. Last good one was Valhalla. I never played Valhalla, but I do like the Assassin's Creed games. Never not wanted to play a new game more. Okay, maybe the new Dragon's Age. That's a huge hard pass. Yeah. Yeah, I actually, I've only ever played the first Dragon Age. Fantastic game, the first Dragon Age. I honestly haven't looked into Inquisition as much because, like I said, I've only played the first Dragon Age game, and I've seen all the negative about it, and it just doesn't quite interest me. Inquisition does. You like the last Dragon's Age? Woke stuff is just too much. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on that. I honestly haven't really looked into it that much. I've seen people complaining about it, but haven't really looked into that too much. So I prefer to judge games based on the story and the gameplay, and I honestly have not played the Dragon Age games, so other than the first one. First one was really good. Oh, look at that. We are 163 miles away. 2 hours and 46 minutes. And I got 2 hours and 11 minutes of rest. And we're in Amarillo, Texas. So I definitely need to find some rest here soon. Trying to see what else is coming out. Trying to think what else is coming out that I'm really excited to play. I actually just picked up a new game this week. It was on sale. It was Age of Darkness. It's a RTS game. I picked that up. It actually just launched, like I said, this week, last week actually. Super fun game. I haven't played a RTS game in a long time, and got a chance to play that with my brother over the weekend. I had a good time with that. It's just a small, I think it's an indie game. Really cool story. You gotta build up a team of survivors and basically hold out against the legions of Nightmare. It's kind of cool. Aliens Dark Descent? Oh, I haven't tried that one yet. Top down still, not my usual thing, but it's kind of cool and it has the Aliens vibe. Yeah. Do you ever play the Alien game? The horror game? The first person horror game? That game was so good. That game was incredible. Yeah, I know what you mean with the top-down style. Those aren't really my go-to type of game either, other than like RTS games. Yeah, Isolation. That's the one. Yeah, Alien Isolation was so good. That was so fun. Yeah. That's a scary game too. Very scary. I liked it. I used to play a lot of horror games. I haven't played a horror game in a while. Maybe I should do that, right? Maybe I should do a horror game stream. Be fun. You guys hear me scream and cry in terror playing a horror game. That'd be fun. I haven't done that in a while. The last one I played was Amnesia Rebirth. Was the last horror game I played. That one was pretty good. Not as good as The Dark Descent, but still pretty good. There's another one, Fireteam, I think, but it's online. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's online only. What we got going on here? Everyone's just kind of stopped. What are you guys doing? You guys just having like a meeting on the highway or something? Well, anyway. Yeah, I'm not like a horror game like expert or aficionado, but there's a handful of horror games I've played that I'm like, this was really fun, right? Like there's some of those like big scares, big spooks. I don't play a ton of horror games though. I know I mostly just I play a lot of MMOs. Like I've been on a big kick on Lord of the Rings Online lately. Started playing that this year. Or last year, actually. I started playing Lord of the Rings Online last year. I like. I mostly play driving games and fantasy games. That's mostly what I play. I do need to find a rest here soon. But I'm not going to find a rest on the highway. I'm going to have to pull off the highway. Oh, there's a rest area right here with some gas. Let's go ahead and stop here. We'll fill up the tank and get the rest, because then we don't have to stop. We don't need the U-turn lane. We need the left turn lane. This is a very confusing intersection. I need to get to this gas station over here. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. It's okay. Here. Well, let's grab our rest first. Ooh, it's raining now. That's fun. Alright, we need to do a big wide turn here. We need to get to these gas pumps. Wrong button. No, wrong button. What button did I set my wipers to? I can't remember which button I set my wipers to. Did I even set a wiper button? Know which button I set my wipers to. There it is. I found it. Okay. Alright, we got the wipers going. Let's get back on the road here. Dark Descent is kind of complicated after 2 to 3 hours, but the tutorials and access to help notes are great. Yeah, a good tutorial is fantastic for learning a new game. There's nothing more frustrating than playing a game with a bad tutorial, and I've played a few of those. Prologue is like an hour long and a big playable tutorial. That's awesome. I love a good in-depth tutorial that kind of tells you everything you need to know to play a game. Like, good tutorials are a plus. Like, huge plus. We got a big rainstorm here right now. Thunder and everything. Oh, this is cool. This is a cool storm. Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's also kind of this thing where, like, once you kind of figure it out, like, you're good. But yeah, if it's got a lot, like a huge tutorial, like a bunch of stuff, when you start spending time away from the game and then trying to get back to it, oh, that's a rough experience. That is a rough experience trying to get reacclimated to a complex game after you've taken a break from it. Like, I know I was talking about Jedi Survivor earlier. That is why you know, after I got walled on that boss for 8 months, I actually loaded up my profile and was like, I'm just gonna go jump back in and fight this boss. I couldn't figure out, like, how to do my block timings, my parry timings, my dodge. I couldn't figure that out. So then I was like, you know what? I think I'm better off just starting fresh and just relearning the game, playing back through to the boss I got stuck on, and then going from there. Yeah, learning the game is part of the fun. Even a few days I forget the controls. Yep, I've been there. I mean, even just here, like, I haven't played Truck Sim in like 2 weeks, and I already forgot which button I mapped to my wipers. I'm like, we're fiddling with the controls trying to find my wipers, because you don't get the rain too often, especially these big storms where you actually need the wipers. So I'm trying to figure out where my wiper button is. Luckily I found it, but it's the same thing, you know, 2 weeks away. And even like when I last played it 2 weeks, I didn't need the wipers. I didn't need the wipers the time before that. This is the first time in like probably 4 or 5 sessions of Truck Sim where I've needed to use my wipers. So it's like, well, how do I know there's a button for it, but don't know what that button is. Done that before, yeah. I think we all have. Start over a game because you can't remember how to play. Alright, we got to turn here. We got to wait for the traffic to clear. Luckily, there's not too much traffic to wait for. It looks like they got a stop sign too. Perfect. It's a very bumpy road. This road is extremely bumpy. Stalker 2 has a few things like that. You'll definitely need to Google how to put on a new scope. Oh no. Alright, where do we got to deliver this thing to? Right over there. Alright. Okay, you got to get backed up right there. Alright, let's give this a go. Nope, we are not lined up at all. Hey, we got it. All right. Cargo delivered. Whew. That was a mildly difficult parking area. We did it, though. And I didn't even have to get the out-of-truck camera to do that either, so that's pretty awesome. Oh, we got a skill point. Let's do high-value cargo. All right, let's go ahead and find a job. This town here, Lubbock. It's Yuma. Let's see. Amarillo. How far is this? How many miles is that? That's a lot of miles. This one's just across town. Live cattle. That's all the way on the other side of town as well. I'll get to the chat in just a moment. I need to figure out what I want to do. This one seems good. It is kind of long, though. Oklahoma City. You know what? We're going to do this Yuma job. We'll do this one. It's 800 miles. That's not too bad. That's a decent job. Alright, let me follow up on the chat here real quick. It's easy, just not intuitive at all. I hate when game options are not intuitive. That is so frustrating. Only complaint about Indiana Jones is the slow and outdated controls and menu system, and using X for everything. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But it was still a fun game. Either way. Right, we're going down this bumpy road. Nice job. Thank you very much. That was a relatively smooth parking job there. And no worries doing 3 things here too. Perfect. All right. I needed to focus up there and get the parking job done, and then it was like, all right, let's pick out what we're doing, because once I figure out what I'm doing, then we can just sit here and keep chatting, then I can just drive. Now we gotta wait for all this traffic. All right, we're clear. All right, so we got to drive 19 miles to our pickup location, and then from there, we're going to grab our cargo and get everything delivered. Not need the wipers anymore. It has officially stopped raining. think I gotta turn left at this light. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I had some dinner before the stream here today, so I'm all set on that. All right, we got a green light here. Let's go grab the job. All right, let's go find these trucks. There they are. All right. 883 miles. We actually have the fuel to make it all the way there. Just barely, though. Just kind of squeezed this gate. That is a problem. This is a big problem. Almost through. Come on. All right, we made it. Okay, this is gonna be fun. A little bit of damage on the trailer, but that's okay. Traffic's clear. Once we get on the road, we're gonna be fine. How are we doing on rest? We got 11 hours of rest, so we're going to be able to get most of the way to our destination before we have to make a stop. Oh, that was kind of messy getting that out of there, but I think we're doing all right. I probably would have had better success if I went through the closer gate instead of the one that was a little bit further away. But it worked out. Kind of. Kind of got the truck stuck, but we did get it out of there. Let there be green. Come on, light. Let's go. There we go. All right, on our way. Heading to Yuma. I do have to take this exit here. I kind of cut that car off, but I think that's okay. I don't think they're going to mind too much. And away we go. My biggest disappointment has been with the new Flight Sim, the Microsoft Flight Sim. Even a few weeks after launch, it was just terrible. I hate the fact that it's COD-based. Yeah. I never got a chance to play a whole lot of the first Flight Sim. I played a little bit of it. But, yeah, I haven't had a chance to try the new one yet, but yeah, cloud-based, not that fun. I kind of hate always online games. I don't like. I mean, I say that because and then I play like a bunch of MMOs, really. But games like that are always online. But from what I understand, they did some cool stuff by being able to pull in like the actual weather and stuff before you're flying, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't had a chance. I don't really play too much Flight Sim. My dad plays a lot of Flight Sim, and he has an actual like a flight joystick, which is kind of cool. I got a chance to try that when I visited my family for the holidays. We got to do some flying. That was a lot of fun. But all I have is a steering wheel. Can't really fly a plane with the steering wheel. It's kind of difficult. Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fair. I mean, if the new version isn't giving you what you want and the old version still works, then yeah, by all means, it's perfectly fine to just keep playing the old version of a game. Just sold my Thrustmaster for 200. Which Thrustmaster was it? Because I'm using I have a T150 for my steering wheel that I use for all my racing, which is it's a decent wheel. It's not the super expensive wheel, but it's a decent wheel. The Airbus one. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't really looked into the flight peripherals too much. There's a lot of cool ones out there, though. I haven't I don't have like a huge interest in like flying planes as I do with driving race cars and trucks and things. So I definitely I get my money's worth out of a steering wheel. That's what I do. I just I've played Flight Sim 22 with an Xbox controller. That's an experience. It's not a very good one, but it's an experience, that's for sure. Yeah, I've had a chance to play with some of the flight joysticks before, and yeah, those are incredibly fun to fly planes with joysticks and the rudder paddles and all that, but I just I don't have a huge interest in flying planes to justify spending money on a flight controller personally. I just prefer my steering wheels. RC pilots also use one called Real Flight. It has all the currently available planes, so we can use our fancy transmitters. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, RC stuff is really cool. Um, I've got a friend of mine who's big into RC dirt car racing. He goes to a track and he runs like dirt late models and sprint cars, but they're like RC versions of like dirt cars. It's so cool. The world of RC stuff is like, it's so awesome. All the helicopters and drones too. Oh, that's even better. That's awesome. All right, welcome to New Mexico. Your business right now, all RC stuff. That's a cool business to be in. Honestly, that actually sounds really cool. Yeah, I've flown an RC helicopter before. That is a trip trying to fly that. Those are fun though. I think if I ever get a piece of land that I can live on that has like a big open yard and stuff, I think I definitely want to get into some RC action at some point. I think that'd be like a lot of fun. But just don't have the real estate to play around with RC stuff too much. So I stick to my my video games. Kind of what I do. Like a big kid get to play with toys all day. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That sounds awesome. You know, I get to I spend my day tearing apart, putting together, fixing laptops and computers and stuff all day. So yeah, I also get to kind of play with electronic Legos all day, which is just really awesome. Taking apart all the screws and the cables and all that. A lot of fun. There's nothing better than making sure your 9 to 5 to pay the bills is something you enjoy. It's always been my philosophy. You know, I work to live, and I want to make sure the work I do is enjoyable. And then when I get home, I can enjoy my hobbies. You know, there's nothing more true than you know, when I was growing up, they always told me, you know, you find a job you enjoy, and you'll never work a day in your life. And that is incredibly true. Yo, Jolly Toby, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good evening. Just trucking along, heading over to Yuma right now with some Kenworths in tow, hauling these big trucks with a big truck. Oh, not too much. Just enjoying the open road right now. We're all having some good conversation here. Just chatting and driving down the highways, having a good time. Yeah, we were just talking about how you got to make sure when you're working, you're having fun. You know. Is the map same as IRL? It's very close. It's scaled down a little bit. Here, I'll show you real quick. The map here. All of your major highways are pretty accurate as to what they really are. You know, there's some roads that you can't really go to. It's mostly just main highways and back highways and stuff like that. But the actual roads themselves are nearly identical. It's scaled down a little bit. You know, you can do like 1,000 miles in like an hour and a half or something, because of the way the scaling is. So it's not like you have to actually drive 19 hours to get somewhere. It's scaled down, sped up a little bit, but the roads themselves pretty accurate. I mean, a full like 1-to-1 map probably wouldn't be as enjoyable. You know, because a lot of the areas that we're driving across in ATS here are a lot of just open deserts and farm fields, and it wouldn't be the most enjoyable thing to drive through farm fields for 6 hours, but you know, at least with the way the map is scaled, you do. It's not like you're moving super quick, but it's pretty close. It's scaled appropriately to where it's super enjoyable, without, you know, taking super long. Thought the game will have the same time as IRL. That would be pretty crazy. I would definitely not be finishing like 2 jobs in a 2-hour stream if that were the case. We would honestly. So the first job I started, we went from Montana down to Texas, and if this was IRL scaling, we would still be in Montana at this point. Not having delivered cargo to Texas and now on our way to Arizona. So, yeah, it would be a bit much if it was a 1-to-1 scale, that's for sure. But it's pretty darn close. It's close enough that it makes it fun, exciting. But yet you still actually move across the maps at a decent pace that's enjoyable. I bet if you looked hard enough, you could probably find a 1-to-1 scale modded map somewhere, but that would just be an insanely large map. Like, that would be huge if it was a 1-to-1 scale with all the states we have available. Because, like, you look at the map, right? Like, we got all the way from California all the way up to Washington, Montana, Wyoming, over to Nebraska, Kansas. I don't have Arkansas yet, and then Missouri will be the next state. But I mean, you've got all of this ground. If this was 1-to-1 scale, that would take forever to actually cross. That'd be pretty neat, though. It would be neat. Absolutely, it would be. If it was 1-to-1 scale, I would not be picking up cross-state jobs. I would probably just pick a state and say, you know what, I'm just going to hang out here and just go from town to town. I would not be picking up any 800-mile jobs on a 1-to-1 scale. That would be that would be a trip, that's for sure. But the scaling they do on this is very, very good. We're stuck in all this traffic right now trying to leave town. Alright, now we're going to cross New Mexico. Make our way over to Arizona. Probably going to need to make another stop for fuel and rest at some point. The fuel's looking a little bit closer than I thought it would. We're kind of only 60 miles to the good on fuel. And rest, what do we got on rest? 7 hours on rest. We got 11 hours and 45 minutes on the job. So definitely going to need to make a pit stop before we get to the drop-off location. But for now, we get to enjoy these amazing desert views of New Mexico. Yeah, we got rocks on the left that are brown and rocks on the right that are gray. Very exciting. Lots of rocks. It's just open desert here. Oh, we're heading into a forest. Well, that's exciting. I didn't know there was a forest down here. That's cool. I've actually never been down this way in New Mexico before, so it's kind of cool seeing some new roads. Oh, this forest is beautiful. This is a great forest. I like this forest. Oh, yeah. Jump out of the truck here. We can kind of look at the forest a little bit. Yeah, it's super scenic. I gotta watch my speed, though. I'm following a police officer. I don't need to be getting a speeding ticket. Oh, that is a great view. I thought for sure that this route was just going to be nothing but desert. I am pleasantly surprised. There's a really nice forest out here. This is great. This is Mountain Park. Alamogordo, 53 miles. Yeah, so, Jolly Toby, what have you been up to? Hope things are going well for you. All right, Philip, I appreciate you hanging out. I hope you enjoy your dinner. And thanks for all the wonderful conversation this evening along the open roads. I appreciate you tuning in. And I hope you take care as well. All right, I'll catch you next time. And just like that, we are out of the forest. Into the desert. Alamogordo discovered. There we go. Green light. Alright, we gotta get on the highway here. Alright, 65 in cruise. Probably go for another couple hours here, and then we'll go get some rest. Top off the fuel tank. We don't have to stop like anytime like super soon, but definitely something to keep an eye on. We're gonna have to stop before we get to where we're going. We don't want to stop like too early, but we don't want to stop too late either. We want to stop at a decent time. Probably stop when we get to that 250, 200 mile mark or something. We'll start looking. Las Cruces discovered. Oh, I need to take this exit. Whoops. I almost missed the exit. I was just chilling. I take this left towards El Paso. Gotta back it down a little bit. We're going too fast. Kind of want to go around the cement truck, but I see we're going to be getting off the freeway here in a little bit, so we're heading to Tucson. All right, we made it to I-10. Oh, still got 500 miles to go. We should be approaching the Arizona state border here soon. All right, 75. Let's go. Inspection station is closed. I've been through enough inspection stations today. I think I'm good. I don't need to stop at any more inspection stations. Although I haven't stopped at any inspection stations with this cargo. Stopped at every single one of them on the last job. This one, we're fine. We're chilling. Go around this bus. Probably just going to take the I-10 all the way to Yuma. Can't imagine us getting off the I-10 at this point because we're pretty much just heading straight west. There we go. Way station 2 miles. Oh no. 9 miles to the state line. Nope, I gotta stop. There we go. Alright, now we keep going. I do need rest in about 2 hours, so... You know what? Why don't we stop here? In San Juan. There's a gas station rest area right here. Oh, this is San Simon, not San. San Juan's in California. I read that wrong. I think there was a sign up there that said San Juan somewhere. That's why it kind of was on my mind, but not here. There we go. We'll get the fuel. Then we just need to find a place to rest. I don't want to do any of this backing up with this trailer. Let's go around the corner and see if we can find a rest area. It's not surrounded by trucks. Oh, I can rest right here. Perfect. Road's clear. Let's keep going. We're going to do a little nighttime driving here. Alright, let's get up to speed. We're going to pop that cruise control. And we're going to fly. There was an accident on the eastbound lanes. Not going to slow us down, though. We got everything we need to go right onto the job site here. And that is just what we're going to do. Alright, we're 34 miles from Tucson. We still got a ways to go because we're heading to Yuma. Stay on the road, head to Phoenix. Cross to Phoenix. Way to Yuma. Going very fast. There we go, back to 75. There's that lovely little train over there. San Diego, 2 miles. We're taking the San Diego exit here. Swapping from the 10 to the 8. There we go. 168 miles to go. We're getting there. We're getting really close. And 33 to Yuma. We're officially seeing our destination city on the billboards, which is a great thing. We're getting close. Could be getting our exit here pretty soon. These miles just fly by once you get on the interstates. Just kind of hit the cruise control and go. Entered Yuma County. Means we're getting really close to Yuma here. Dateland, 1 mile. There's Dateland. All they have in Dateland is a fuel station. That's okay. We do not need gas. We do not need rest. We're heading right on over to Yuma. We're going to deliver these trucks and get paid. That's kind of a bummer. I had that Mustang right next to me, so I couldn't just go around these slow vehicles. All right, here we are. Welcome to Yuma. And we got a green light too. How nice of them. Perfect. Go. Make the turn right here. Head on over to the Peterbilt dealership and deliver all these wonderful Peterbilt trucks. Come on, green light. There we go. Yeah, we just gotta go right up the hill here. Where should I place it? We're not going to get stuck on the gate this time. Nope, this is goofed. Alright, we're just gonna turn it in. Skip delivery. Kind of had a terrible angle there, and it's kind of hard to back up that articulated trailer. But there we go. We leveled up again. We're going to go ahead and put a point into fuel economy now. Get a little bit further on the fuel. But anyway, that is going to be it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Philip and Jolly Toby, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out in the chat tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the streams. And I will be live again on Friday with the Assault Outlaws Xfinity race. So be sure to tune in then. We're going to do some racing. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the open road. Bye-bye.